Welcome to the Dollar Compass Academy. So today I'm going to share with you how to use realistic expectations to eliminate stress in your daily interactions with others. One of the things you need to remember is that your daily interactions with others is probably, I would say, the litmus test, or it's the main thing that is going to determine whether you have social wellness or not. Okay? Remember, social wellness is one of the 9 dimensions of wellness. And you can kind of extrapolate that to say it's part of family wellness, right? Because the thing is this, right? The more you can have positive interactions within the family and with interactions with others, the more you're going to be able to protect your health. Remember what we say in Dollar Compass Academy, your health is your first wealth. So keep that in mind. So how can you use realistic expectations to eliminate stress in your daily interactions with others? Do you know? Do you know how you can do that? I'm going to share a few tips with you today, okay? And yeah, that means this is, I'm just sharing this with you as a blog. You can get this on YouTube as well. And I go into a little more detail. It's one of the things you'd get if you sign up, for Dollar Compass Wellness Challenge, where I share with you different strategies and tips that can help you, get through. Okay. So the question is, how can you use realistic expectations to eliminate stress in your daily interactions with others? If you want to eliminate stress from your interactions with others, you have to begin with the end in mind. What do I mean by that? You have to begin with, what do you want to get out of this? That's what I mean by that, What do you want to get out of this interaction? That's the question. What do you want to get out of the interaction? Okay? You should try to eliminate stress every time, you should try to eliminate stress. How can you do this? Don't expect to get an apple from an orange tree. That's the first thing. So know what to expect when you're interacting with someone. Okay? Try to remember the person's personality, the person's preferences, the person's wants, the person's worldview. You've got to keep this in mind. Okay? If someone believes in conspiracy theories and your interaction, you're going to get into an argument about telling the person that conspiracy theories are false or never true, the conversation is not going to go too well. Okay? If someone believes that the earth is flat, okay? I mean, I'm just giving this out of the example so that hopefully I can make my point, which is you need to understand the point of view of the person you're talking to. That's what I mean by don't expect to get, an apple from an orange tree, or that's another way another way of putting it is don't compare apples and oranges, right? If you know someone, likes specifics, likes to have things hammered down, no gaps, and you try to talk to the person with gaps and innuendos and with, oh, you know what I mean, it's not going to work. You're not having a realistic expectation of that interaction, and it's not going to go well. Okay? It's not. So you have to keep this in mind, okay? Don't expect your teenage son to be gentle and reasonable during a family discussion or disagreement. They are more likely to be aggressive. They are more likely to believe so much in what there's the validity of their point of view. There is no context. Your context is going to be dismissed. Don't take it personal. Okay? Yes, don't take it personal. Don't expect someone who is jealous of you and thinks life is easy for you to share your burdens, to understand your struggles, to feel, oh, no. Don't expect that. Don't expect someone, who thinks you're having life easy, that everything is being done for you, that you haven't had to suffer like they have had to suffer, to understand your own pain. In fact, they will think you don't have any pain, and if you have any conversation about that, it's not going to work. Okay? Be realistic about your expectations. You have to learn how to manage the level of maturity, the personalities and worldview of the people you interact with in your daily life, whether this is within your family or outside your family. These things can make your blood pressure go up. They can add to stress. Okay? This can affect all your internal organs, starting from your brain, your eyes, okay? Your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, everything, your liver, it can all be affected by stress. It can be. So keep that in mind, okay? You have to have realistic expectations, Begin with the end in mind. What do you want out of a particular conversation that you're having with people? What do you want? That's a good question, right? What do you want out of it? It's something you have to ask yourself. What do you want out of it? Okay, that's what you want. Okay? If you know what you want, what you expect to get at the end of it, then it's easier for you to manage that situation. Okay? You have to focus on what you can control. You can control how you can use your time well. You can control that, right? You can control how you can use your time well. Like you can decide, okay, this conversation, I'm going to put in 5 minutes, 10 minutes in it, tops. After that, I'm going to try and move on. I'm not going to stay here and be doing back and forth, trying to convince someone. You know what I mean? Yes, trying to convince someone who believes that, Africa is a country that is a continent. You're wasting your time, okay? Until that person is ready, if you spend too much time trying to do that, it's just going to prevent you from achieving the things you could have achieved with your time. Okay? Rather than looking back on yesterday and wishing you had done a better job during your interaction with others, with a certain person or people yesterday is gone. You can't go back to it. You can learn a lesson from the mistake you made and try to apply it today, but you cannot go back to it. So don't waste your time looking back. You can't drive a car looking back, can you? You're going to have accidents. So the same thing, you can't move forward by looking back. You can learn the lessons you made and make adjustments for the future. But you've got to control what you can control. You can't control yesterday, it's gone. You only have today to work with. And tomorrow is not promised to us, right? We hope and pray we'll have it, but it's not promised. So use right now. What you can control is now, okay? If you're not sure of how you've been using your time and the patterns that are affecting what you can control, do your 72-hour stress audit. Through it, you can recognize the current stress triggers and stress generators in your daily interactions with others, okay? I'm just sharing with you some of the things I do myself too, I try to go back and say to myself, what are the things that took more time than I expected? Where are the areas I'm wasting time? What are the unnecessary arguments I got involved in? How did they affect my productivity? How did they affect my performance? What fundamental to whatever I'm sharing with you in Dollar Compass Academy, it's your health. Your health is your first wealth. Without your health, you can't do anything else. You can't have fun. You can't interact with your friends. You can't watch a movie you love. You can't go out and hang out with your friends. You can't play with your kids. You can't hang out with your wife, with your husband. You can't even pursue your dreams. This is one of the reasons why we talk about Dollar Compass Academy. And I'm looking all the time for, what are the simple strategies I can find and I can share with you, especially as you get older, when you get to your, 50s, 40s, the 40-60 zone, I always say, right? You don't have as much time as you would love to have because you're so busy doing your work or running the family or looking after your parents, or, your older relatives, something, else apart from what you want is taking up your time. So you need simple, easy to use strategies that work. And believe you me, one of the best things you can do for yourself is learn how to manage these interactions. If you're able to focus on, realistic expectations, you do well, So focus on what you can control, focus on that, okay? The other thing I would say, you have to learn to refuse to take negative interactions personal. It's going to happen anyway. Someone is going to criticize you. Someone is not going to be happy with what you said, how you looked at things. Because not everyone accepts your point of view or your, the way you look at things, right? So if you hold it against them, then you're also holding yourself, right? You have to remember that you're connected to others through your emotions. You have to remember that like the oceans are never completely calm or without waves, your interactions with others at home, work, or events can never be completely free of emotional waves. You could be doing something that is right without any intention of doing something wrong, and someone else is going to perceive it differently. You could legitimately volunteer to help, and someone is going to tell you no, even though you followed all the rules. It's happened. You could be trying to solve a problem and you're seen as a problem. What are you going to do? Get worked up? No. Don't let that kind of negative interaction, affect you. Don't take it personal, Just keep in mind that with others, things always happen. You're just like the ocean, the waves in the ocean, there's always some movement, right? It's not permanently still. So don't expect your emotional interaction with others to be smooth and harmonious all the time. But what I do want you to do is to eliminate the stress that is related to it. Don't try to eliminate stress through bad habits. Don't try to eliminate stress through smoking, drinking, doing drugs. No, okay? Or just being bitter about life and, no, don't do any of that. It won't help you, Don't take it personal, okay? Try not to take it personal. If you don't, you give yourself a better chance to handle stress than if you take it personal, okay? And one of the best ways to do that is to make emotional adjustments. If you make emotional adjustments, you'll be able to eliminate stress, and it won't be, you'll be able to eliminate stress, and then you can protect your health and improve, your family wellness, okay? So that's just what I would like to focus with today. You can, if you like what I'm sharing with you, please, hey, I want you to, leave a comment, right? If there's another aspect of interaction that you think I should have talked about, ask me a question, I'll be able to get back to you and give you more detail on that. But like I said, the idea is to give you simple tips and strategies you can use right away. You can use to diffuse tension. You can use to, eliminate stress from your interactions. Make your interactions more realistic, okay? Yes. Make it more realistic so that it's less stressful for you, okay? If it's going to take you, 2 hours to get your destination in the best of times, and you leave late, you're going to be late, right? You look like 30 minutes later than you should have, and your time, so you have only like 1 hour, 15 minutes. You're not going to get there on time, Don't get into a fight in the car about why you left late, the things you could have done, If you're a person of faith, I always recommend, say a prayer, right? It's not going to, part the Red Sea for you. It's not going to suddenly make everything go fast, but it's going to make it that you get there, safely and, with enough of yourself, right? Your self-confidence, self-esteem, and hey, you never know. Something you don't expect might happen, But look for something positive, find something positive, right? And hang on to it, and then learn from that and try to manage your time better so that you can eliminate stress, okay? If you're getting this through my blog, you know what you can do? Leave a comment for me. If this is through YouTube, I want you to subscribe to Dollar Compass Academy. Okay, we're all about, you know, helping you protect your health, finding simple natural steps you can take that will help you retain more of your energy, eat without, you know, dieting, and, you know, make those lifestyle adjustments that would help you promote all 9 dimensions of wellness, help you improve your health, you know, your wellness, have more vigor, more energy, right? Be more alive, you know. You're not dying slowly, okay? You're living to a ripe old age, you know. That's what you're doing, right? Your best years are not behind you. They are with you right now, you know. You just need to figure out more of the things that fit your style and be more prepared through realistic expectations. All right. I'll see you next time.